Okay, we are live.
Are we live?
We are live.
Houston,
Yay,
we have
lucky.
lift off.
Oh my God, we are
Yay.
live.
It's
What's up, people?
getting
What's
mixed up.
happening?
What's
Guys.
up? Let's just do a roll call.
Okay.
रोल कॉल्स ना हम स्कूल में करते हैं.
शुरू हो गया शुरू.
वॉल्यूम थोड़ा कम करता हूँ इधर से.
रोल कॉल हम स्कूल्स पे करते हैं. Is everybody here? Everybody present?
नहीं बोलो बट नाम कैसे बोलेंगे हम from all the
Okay,
subs.
I'll just start with me. Hey guys, I'm Psycho. I'm so excited to be here. Present.
अच्छा. ले वो कैसा रोल कॉल है? That's
ये
an
कैसा-
intro. Your
Oh my
teacher
God.
asks you, Psycho, present, absent, hello, I'm Psycho, I'm so excited to be here. Is that how you answer your
So,
teacher?
who is taking the roll call? Then
Shame.
Kankicks will take our roll call, na?
Smoke.
Kankicks, sir.
तुम्हारा जो म्यूजिक इतना चूज करके हमने डाला था. Someone's on the chat.
हाँ.
He's saying खाना खजाना का म्यूजिक लग रहा है.
मैंने चूज किया था. This was Kankicks' idea. My God.
Oh my God.
हाँ वैसे खाना खजाना जैसे ही
अरे
म्यूजिक है.
खाना खजाना.
That
If
guy
you
is
guys,
right, man.
yeah. And you
It
guys,
actually sounds like that.
do you guys remember the टमाटर वाली gravy from our
Yes.
video? Oh my God, टमाटर ये जो टमाटर की gravy.
PUBG का था I think. The तवा.
हाँ तवा.
I missed तवा episode. Yes,
Oh
yes.
my
I think so.
goodness.
यार हमने अभी तक रोल कॉल भी नहीं किया. ना
अरे
इंट्रो
हाँ,
किया.
कौन कर रहा है रोल कॉल? चलो
The
smoke
teacher
you
will
take
be
our-
Hey guys, I'm ले ये ऐसी इतनी रिस्पेक्ट बची है. Hi guys, I'm Smokedship.
I'm
Kankicks,
Kankicks.
And I'm Psycho.
And this is mixed up. So guys, welcome to our Ubisoft backwards 2020 live stream.
Oh my God.
Why
14 guys
backwards?
are-
एक second
Yeah,
रुको.
thank
Why
you for
backwards?
being here.
Kankicks got offended. Ubisoft के बारे में कुछ बोल दिया हमने. Oh. Kankicks.
चलो,
Kankicks
we'll be
ने
discussing.
किक
See,
बुला
as
दिए.
simple as that.
People
जब
here, thank you so much for being here,
Yes.
and we really hope you guys are doing well during these difficult times.
ये देखो साइको ने फॉर्मेलिटीज शुरू कर दी है.
तो
हम
बोल
हंसी
तो है।
मजाक में बोल रहे हैं साइको जस्ट मेड इट
वो
डार्क.
बेचारे
If
छोड़ के
someone
आए
is saying
हैं, कुछ
it,
छोड़
you
के
don't.
आए हैं कि हम खुशी खुशी कुछ देखेंगे. तुम बीच में
हाँ.
फिर ले आओ.
बीच में फिर
और
ले आओ
कुछ-
कोविड और पॉलिटिक्स वगैरह.
एक लिस्ट भी
डार्क टाइम्स.
लिस्ट भी
और
निकाल
वीडियो
लो.
देखो कौन सा चल रहा है Ubisoft का. वो देखो वो गंदा कंस्पिरेसी थ्योरी वाला
I
जिसमें
know कितने-
इंग्लैंड इज फॉलन और उसमें ऊपर से साइको इज सेइंग दीस डार्क एंड
अरे
डिफिकल्ट.
यार, I was meaning it in a nice way.
आईजी कहाँ है? आईजी अपने चैनल पे है.
अपने चैनल पे उधर पूछो यार. यहाँ पे हमारे बारे में पूछो थोड़ा. यार कमाल करते हो सीरियसली. अच्छा लेट्स से हाई टू एवरीवन. हे अंशुल gets the gold medal for coming here.
Yes,
First,
yes, I'm the medal giver around, so gold medal.
Okay.
Hey guys,
so he's hey buddy. Sumit, hi. Smokedship, hey man, what's up? Long time.
सबसे पहले
in
इन
gaming
चैट
world.
सबसे पहले इन चैट सबको आवाज ठीक आ रही है? Everybody
Yeah.
is clear? What about the
Guys,
video quality?
just reply
Audio
if
quality?
you're getting the chat. Audio ठीक है? I'll just type in and check.
Yes, please let us know.
Okay.
Is everybody loud and clear?
Guys,
Okay.
जागे रहो, सुनाई दे रहा है. Hey guys, hey Shubham, and Infinite Ego, Dhaval, Rishabh. Guys, how is the audio? Can you guys hear? Okay, sounds clear AF. Okay. जियो अच्छा चल रहा है आपका. जियो RTX ठीक है. ठीक है. It's running
जब तक
good.
भी
Let's begin.
पहले
Let's
5-10
begin.
मिनट के लिए है और 5-10 मिनट में जितना चला सकते हो चलाओ.
Yes,
उसके बाद सबको पता है
you
क्या
never
होता
know.
है.
Bijli, no bijli.
जब तक we are waiting for people,
Whatever.
tell me something. What's happening? What's going around? What's
Yeah,
happening with
हमसे
your life? Yeah, with you.
Everybody knows what's going around.
हाँ, there's a thing going around. It's just going around the whole world these days.
Yes, what we saw in Division.
Pancakes का favorite topic है.
Yes.
आज हमने क्या किया? What did we do?
आज मैंने क्या किया मुझे याद भी नहीं आ रहा. बस थोड़ा सा काम खत्म किया and stuff like that. Last night I was playing a bit of FF7 and Forza Horizon 3. What about you?
I was like कि yesterday मैंने shave की because you were saying कि we will do it yesterday and I was thinking कि आज shave करूँ कि ना करूँ. Should I shave today or I said कि no.
So did you, since we can't see your, by the way, we can't see Kankicks' face ever. He can see us, but we can't see him.
So I said कि
He keeps himself a secret. He keeps his reveal a secret.
So I was like कि ठीक है कोई बात नहीं. I'm not shaving.
Okay, name. अरे हाँ, Kankicks, look at that man.
What?
This guy or someone who Dhaval caught it out. तुमने मेरा फ्रेम साइको में डाला हुआ है और साइको का फ्रेम स्मोक में डाला हुआ है.
अरे वाह अभी
कैसे हो सकता है?
ये लो.
Thanks, Dhaval. My God, man, imagine if that would have been
That's why we
permanent.
got mixed up, you know.
Yes. Oh man, online classes. How are online classes, guys? I mean, what is the experience like?
I think you have to stick with your school uniform, right?
Do you?
I mean, I wish we had
Just-
online classes. You don't
जब
have
तक
to
तुम
go.
बोल रहे हो just hold on. I'll be shifting stuff.
Yeah. Who all is doing online classes these days? This. Sweating away.
Now it's fine. Everybody happy?
Yep.
मेरा यहाँ पे तो lag चल रहा है, so I can't really make out. It'll probably be if it's from your end, it's okay. I can't. There's a lag in what I'm
खुश
watching.
रहो. It's okay. Does not matter
ठीक है.
anyways.
ठीक है. अच्छा. तो ठीक है.
Shall we start? It's
हाँ,
already
let's start.
10 to 8.
Let's start,
So
let's
everyone
Okay. So
should start. Okay.
today
So
we'll
I'm
be
excited.
discussing Ubisoft Forward Event 2020. What we like,
Drum
what we did
roll.
not like, and क्या उन्होंने दिखाया, क्या नहीं दिखाया, और हम क्या देखना चाहते थे. So
वैसे क्या दिखाया इन्होंने?
अरे,
honestly
okay.
speaking, what I wanted to watch, वो तो उन्होंने दिखाया नहीं. I wanted a Splinter Cell reveal. I wanted Beyond Good and Evil. Both of them were not there. And then Dance भी नहीं था. What's happened to Ubisoft?
डांस से शुरू नहीं किया यार.
था ही नहीं. Dance was not even there.
Revolt यार, rebel.
This was I can't stand this. ये तो बहुत
I
गलत बात
I
है.
was happy. I really liked it because what I wanted to see was there, and I knew it would be there anyway. But
The
What did you want to be there? अच्छा.
Valhalla.
Which is the same
But-
AC which they are going to produce over and over again, the same thing over
Oh,
and over
don't
again.
you dare start there.
What?
Okay.
What new innovation
I'm
are they going to bring?
So excited.
Chalo,
So
we'll
I'm so
take it.
excited for it.
We'll get to
We'll
that
get to
also.
that.
We'll start.
सबसे
we'll
पहले
I
start
was
now.
the resident AC and Viking expert in town, so Psycho will probably be covering AC. Baki, so
I
let's
my
just
glasses
talk
then.
about basically the good points are, before the good points, the show was a bit messy. I thought. I mean, it was a very weird presentation. पहले तो track mania था. It's so weird, man. I'm looking at a lagged, I think 10-minute early. This thing over here, show जो
So
आ
don't
रहा
do
है.
it. There's always going to be a delay. उसको मत
ठीक
करो.
है. ठीक है, मैं कहाँ देखूँ? इधर देखता हूँ फिर. So basically, what I was talking about, it was a bit, messy. That beginning का track, that was track mania, right?
Oh
जो एक
yeah.
घंटा plus
Which
था.
I kept wondering when is this starting
Yeah.
because
And
it just
when-
continued.
I literally couldn't get to know कि यार तुम लोगों का शो शुरू कब हो रहा है? At least
I
in
know.
Sony and all of these guys, even ये, you knew कि भाई चलो शुरू हो गया. वो ग्रेग ने अपना मुंह दिखाया, वो अपने lame jokes crack करने लग गया, शुरू हो गया. Sony had its those really beautiful looking alien graphics, you know कि शुरू हो गया.
Which
इनका
were
तो
better
समझ
than
ही
the
नहीं आया.
games show.
Which were better than the game. Better than most of the games. Otherwise, few games were good. But UB का तो कुछ समझ ही नहीं आया. I mean, first it was that, then it was बीच में devs talking, then it suddenly switched to current games of what they're supporting, and then suddenly it started off with the real show, which was literally nothing, and then it just fizzled out. So the pros would be they are supporting online or supporting ongoing games. It's not like ये जहाँ पे Anthem जैसी चीज को किसी ने कुछ बोला नहीं ना कोई, they just forgot about it and didn't even bother to say anything. So they're supporting the crew too, which I was surprised कि अभी वो चल भी रहा है. I was like अच्छा, the crew 2 people are still playing. That's good, man.
I know, seriously. But
And
yeah,
then-
that is good.
Yeah, then they had something about Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. They had, of course, a lot of R6 stuff going on. And Division का कुछ नहीं था ना? Division 2?
डिवीजन का कुछ नहीं दिखाया.
कुछ नहीं था. I was so surprised.
The main event, they started off with Watch Dogs. Watch Dog का Tripsy सा trailer.
Yes, Watch Dogs.
They started with that. And the trailer जो उन्होंने दिखाया, right? The very first thing that they started was this Tripsy अजीब सा trailer of Watch Dogs. Which
is not even of the game. It's
which not even the game. It's a cinematic. It's a cinematic.
नहीं, it's a film I think coming. उसमें end में आया नहीं था a film coming in 2021 or something.
अभी आ जाएगा. It's right.
हाँ,
Check it right. Yeah.
But the film was beautifully done. It was very similar to Netflix's Love, Death, Robots. But
the very first thing a person looks when he's coming to an event, a gaming event, is the gameplay. So they should start with the gameplay.
Gameplay, चलो दिखा तो दिया. They did show gameplay of the game. So it's not like this.
I don't think so. It's a film. It's just. I don't think so. It was just a tease.
Directed by something.
No. It was directed by someone for this particular event, just as a promo event. Not that it's going to come. So ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि that there's a film that's coming up.
Oh.
But one thing is there,
the way it was presented, it's like it's a film.
Ubisoft, their presentation is hands down excellent, always.
See, Sumit Kumar ने तो point out किया, it's a short film, not a trailer. That's what
it's a short film, not a trailer.
It was a short film.
Thanks.
It was a short film.
See, a Ubisoft film by this thing, by Albota or something. So is this the film? That's it? Or is this the trailer for the short film?
No, it was just a short film that they showed.
Okay.
That's it. It's not like they're going to release something or they're going to be extended version that's going to come up. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था.
चलो ठीक है. I welcome something like that. That's fine. But Psycho was talking about presentation. That is the thing. I actually was expecting some more presentation and some really cool trailers from Ubisoft, but we basically just got one or two. In terms
this is the year of no expectations.
I know it was.
Okay, so compared to that,
in that way, Sony's presentation, as per the whole show, was far better.
Because it was more collected and put together.
Exactly.
This was haphazard.
See, basically, Ubisoft did not reveal anything that we did not know about. We knew AC is going to come. We knew Watch Dogs is going to come. We knew about your Far Cry 6 obviously is going to come out. So there was nothing new that they've not even picked up an old IP and showed it like a Splinter Cell is going to come up or tease Splinter Cell.
क्यों वो weird सा था? What was that weird game?
That's a
nonsense.
That's a mobile.
Oh my god! What was that rubbish? I mean, really, for all the Splinter Cell and hardcore Tom Clancy guys clamoring for something like that, that is how you're deciding to show Sam Fisher. That was really stupid. I mean, I don't know.
Shubham says that Watch Dogs 2 मुझे मिली थी free में, but I didn't like it very much.
Free में मिल गया, खुश रहो sir. Free में मिल गया. That's how they were bribing people to come there.
Yeah, look, you'll get a free game मिलेगा.
See, Ubisoft stocks, why did they fall down? It's because their year was not good. This last year they had Division 2, which did not do very well. It did decently well, but not the numbers that they were expecting. And then you had your
Breakpoint was a failure.
Breakpoint, which was a massive failure. And apart from that, there was no other game. There was no other game that came up. So that's why.
I doubt Crew 2 is doing all that hot either.
Crew 2 did not come last year, na? Last year thi nahi. I don't think so. Crew 2 was last year at all. Last year just 2 games came up and both of them were not too hot. So
Dhaval is saying no one can beat Ubisoft for cinematics. I think he's really right in that.
You're right, but we didn't really see those. I mean, the only good cinematic was of Far Cry 6, and that is expected. Wow. इसका तो होगा. I mean, इतना तो एक ट्रेलर तो Ubisoft दिखाई देगी. You literally expect that.
No, but I was expecting a gameplay. I was expecting that they're going to show gameplay.
For a cinematic after so long.
Yeah, don't show a cinematic. If you don't have the gameplay ready to showcase, don't show cinematics for it. It's just
nothing
teasing.
Of Beyond Good and Evil, nothing of any fresh IP.
Talking about
honestly, when I finished it, I was very disappointed because I was like, "Kya khatam ho gaya? Seriously?" Then I tried going back, wondering, did I miss anything because it was such a weird, oddly sectioned out presentation. So I started rewatching and wondering, have I missed something? Then just to realize that basically there was nothing actually announced apart from 2-3 games, and that's it.
See, the only thing that somewhat was interesting was Watch Dogs, and just from a perspective of, because they just showed one particular mission. It's not that if I don't know how the game's going to shape up, right? It's
That
just
is
a
a
concentrated
shared
one. It's a, I don't know what they're trying to do over here, but what they showed that we can have different approaches and we can basically use different operators. That's something I found to be super interesting. Conceptually,
that's cool.
it looks super good.
Looks very
The
good.
point is whether they would be able to replicate it throughout the game. That's what the big point is.
And the biggest thing about Ubisoft is they are known. I mean, it's a scandal now that whenever they'll reveal something, the visuals will be different from when the game actually comes
I think
out.
so. Okay, जो Watch Dogs दिखाया है, this was actual stuff, because honestly speaking, the faces did not look very good. The world looked good, but
faces,
I
they
found
look
that the
very-
faces were a downgrade compared to
Yeah.
even Division and other games. It did not look. I was expecting something more. I was expecting that they
Yeah.
would have much more expressions and much better textured faces.
For a
Faces were
game
underwhelming.
coming out,
Exactly.
I mean, if you
It
look
looks
at it,
like
it's
this current gen game. It
no,
does
it's
not
coming out at the end of the current gen. You know, when you're
Yep.
getting other titles which are far better from Ubisoft itself.
from Ubisoft
Would
itself.
expect
Or
them
baki
to,
sab-
you know,
Exactly.
to polish up and
Like, look
up
at
their
the faces
game
over
by
here. They look very bland.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They look like
It was,
they look like that it's been जो character creator होता है उसमें create करके दिए हुए हैं faces. That's what it is. Probably that's why.
नहीं वही है. It is a character creator. They said no. I think that you'll probably have this character creator thing, and
But
you can create whoever
but the
you
point
want.
is then the people around you can create, right? The villain and all can have much better fidelity. Like this villain, right
Yeah.
now I just find it to be bland. It's like GTA 5 में इससे better faces थे. My memory can be hazy, but the point is I was not impressed compared to AC Valhalla, where everything, the
I
textures.
was wondering what that was. It was an
That's
ad.
an ad that just popped up in
It's the
between.
second or the third ad that's
देखा
come.
नहीं।
हाँ, पहले तो
Flying ships and watchdog.
पहले तो कोई मोबाइल गेम की ad आ गई थी which had this
One of
I
those
don't want to
Chinese or Korean.
exactly I don't want to talk about it. Some interesting game,
Okay.
good looking game, interesting good looking game. So overall I like the concept of Watch Dogs, but the point is कितना filler content होगा उस पे बात आती है कि कितना उसमें fluff डालेंगे. So apart from that I didn't find anything interesting at all. Sorry.
Hey guys, how are you? In the chat, please, RTX Cliff. Let's stop talking about politics. We're not here for that. So
Same.
just
Yeah, no politics, please.
let's leave
Let's
that
stick
out.
to gaming.
Yeah, let's leave that out. We already have most of a political mess in the country. We don't want that on the channel as well. So just please stop. Now, apart from that, the thing with Ubisoft is their whole this wash rinse repeat technique, you know, is what this bleed in across all their genres is what causes a lot of fatigue. So what guys, are you listening to me? Kunj Desai, Anshul and RTX, if you don't stop, guys, please, you might be suspended for that. So just stop talking about politics, please. So basically, whether you look at the old Watch Dogs, you look at Breakpoint, you look at ये कौन सा है इसका है जो हम कहते हैं Division 2, most of them you can actually see they're cut from the same cloth. You can almost pick up one character, put him in the other, him or her in the other, and you won't really see much of a difference. Whether it's environments, whether it's the characters, whether it's the UI, and that causes a bit of fatigue because most of their games are very front heavy. So they would be, you know, the initial part would just
Initially will be amazing.
Yeah, it will be amazing, and then it will just suddenly start dropping off. One more thing just before we proceed, guys, is the audio video coming fine, or is it, because what I'll do is if it's not, I'll probably close the जो मैं stream देख रहा हूँ from my end. I've paused it, so it shouldn't be causing a issue.
अरे तुमने डरा दिया उनको, उन्होंने मैसेजेस डिलीट कर दिए.
किसने डिलीट कर दिया?
लोगों ने अपने.
हाँ, तो मैं ही चेक कर रहा हूँ ना चैट. You can also check it from your end.
तुम्हारा
So,
जो एक
the
गुस्सा,
thing is,
oh my god.
Guys, please check the this thing. Please see if if the stream is coming well enough. If it's coming clear, if our audio is clear, and let's keep the question answers on topic.
Same with
Look at
Avengers new
It's
game
fine.
faces.
Kun says it's okay.
Yeah.
Kankicks, you need to skip the ad.
Shobham, it's okay. Dhaval, it's okay. We're running fine. ठीक है. बीच में your voices were cracking up, so I was wondering. मेरा ही net है फिर.
Before it crashes. Let's see what was the next. Okay, I think they got over Watch Dogs.
Just hold on. Someone said ऊपर चला गया.
Yeah.
Same with Avengers new game faces just look weird. I don't know about
चलो, that
Avengers.
is
Just
square now. उसको we can talk on a different topic.
pixelated
Avengers,
में थोड़ा
honestly, I
screen
don't care.
is clear, no problem. ठीक है, stream clear है. Let's move forward. This was an internal ad. Just
Yeah, they had these
This is
weird
very
things
annoying,
coming in and
honestly.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
No, it was not
someone-
weird. It's a PR attempt. Basically, they've come under a lot of flack because of the sexual allegations and the work practice and the work culture. So that's why they're showing people that they're so happy going and doing this work on these massive games, and it's something that really pumps them. They're passionate about it. So it was more of subtle PR campaign that they wanted to push forward.
At
That's
least
what
it's
it is.
subtle, not like the previous one.
नहीं सबसे subtle तो Bethesda करती है यार. I mean, they तो will literally have their employees flogged if they don't clap from the audience. And
I know, that was ridiculous.
whenever the master comes on stage, they're supposed to like,
Yeah, look at it.
क्या दिखा दिया आपने हमें? 10 times better graphics of Fallout 76.
She has
My God.
such cool stuff on her desk
50th
and he's
time,
not happy.
the 50th time the Skyrim engine is being used from probably the day that Zork was introduced. तब से चला आ रहा है वो.
अरे आ गया Brawlhalla.
आगे 10 साल तक चलेगा. आए हाय ये क्या है यार? Not
This
interesting.
this is doing. हाँ, हम नहीं खेल रहे, but there are a lot of people playing
But it's
this. This
doing
ये
game
क्या?
is
Is it the background? ये जो background नहीं दिखा रहे हैं?
हाँ, this game
The 2D animated.
Brawlhalla. It's doing
नहीं,
So
this looks
decent.
good. Sorry.
Great.
I mistook it for something else.
This is
looks amazing.
this is already
Power.
going on. They keep on adding stuff to it, and there are a lot of players.
These semi-indie titles are actually amazing. इनके जो Ubisoft के हैं ना, these semi-indie-ish type titles and all look beautiful. They're really good, and they could have shown a little more about them.
I think they showed enough. It's
Did
really cute. At least they are.
They're just
They
few
are
indies, not
advertising
many indies. जितना दिखाया बहुत था. कितना उसको खींच के दिखा देते. That's it. बस देख लिया.
और इनका पंगा ये था ना that because it was such a messy event, it wasn't memorable. You just really couldn't pick out के दिखाया क्या है, क्या नहीं दिखाया.
Personally, I would like it when they market कि this is a mobile section. We are going to showcase mobile games.
Yeah,
you have to figure
it
out
was
कि mobile पे है.
honestly.
Is
Now
it going?
wait, hang on. Just look at this screen. I mean, didn't that previous screen just make your brain go all over the place with the
It did.
50 different screens happening up? क्या देख रहे हो? Literally the entire event was like that. You know, this hodgepodge of things happening.
तो किसी ओवरवर्क्ड पर्सन को लगाया होगा उन्होंने, वो वैसे ही कल्पा होगा, उसने कहा यार डालो, जो भी डालना है डालो. There must be वैसी ही was be like के ये लो. And Ubisoft would have been कि इसमें अच्छा डालो, तुम्हें पे करते हैं. Put as much as you can. और बेचारे ने सब कुछ ही डाल दिया.
ये जो ट्रेलर है ये वैसे ही लग रहा है जो स्किप किया था.
I know.
mean, I
नहीं
see
वो
what
तो better था. उसमें spaceships and all थे. It was so cool.
नहीं उससे पहले वाला ये चाइनीज वाला.
अरे Ubisoft has lot of properties on mobile. हमें पता भी नहीं होता. Even AC भी mobile पे. There are AC games that are on mobile. There's a lot of stuff on mobile.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Honestly, don't
Looking
care.
so good.
This is a trailer. It's not an in-game stuff. It's a card game. Probably it's a
Arey,
card
yeah.
game.
All of these, you see their pictures. They look so awesome.
जितना
Such
मस्त
false
सिनेमैटिक
advertising.
होगा ना, जितना मस्त सिनेमैटिक होगा, जितने अच्छे
Yeah.
मेन्यू ग्राफिक्स होंगे, उतना ब्लैंड गेम प्ले होगा. I've
Actually,
always seen this.
Some
It's so disappointing.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this. I was thinking
ये
that
लोग
this is
Sam
going to be
Fisher आ गए,
interesting.
sir.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's going to be something interesting, but this is again a mobile game.
I thought this will be something a Overwatch, Team Fortress style,
Exactly,
you know.
that's what.
Yeah.
And that's exactly
their
what I was
IPs.
thinking.
Yeah.
It would have been cool कि something like TF2,
Yeah.
which does not exist right now, in that art style कुछ ना कुछ होना चाहिए. Something that is
Because
fun.
honestly, if you look at it, that's an interesting thought. They have so many IPs, original IPs of their own. they can, you know, have a Heroes of the Storm type game where their own heroes are there in a क्या कहते हैं Overwatch hero shooter or whatever, even a top down anything. That would have been more interesting than just showing a mobile game.
And that would be interesting also for the time they're spending on showing this. I think they just asked people कुछ
Disney Hotstar Multiplex.
अरे
Disney Plus Hotstar VIP. ये क्या है? ये आ गया जी. क्या है? Oh,
Brawlhalla some यार ad
politician देख रहा है.
और भी कुछ नहीं.
Oh.
What nonsense, man. मतलब YouTube का ad system is so messed up कि गेमिंग वीडियो पे तो गेम्स की वीडियो दिखाओ उसपे भी freaking
टॉम क्लैंसी के बारे में बात कर रहे हो.
वो तो the person who is paid for that ad उसको तो target audience मिला ही नहीं. He has wasted his money.
किसी को कभी target audience नहीं मिलता बेचारों को. Oh
my
This
god.
was just disappointing.
Elite Squad और नाम देखो टॉम क्लैंसी. Come on यार, don't
I
just
know. Don't just keep using his name seriously. They're just like with a gun now putting the name
Okay,
like Kojima and Death Stranding.
let's give a little shout out on the chat. Anshul says Brawlhalla is so much fun with friends. Don't
that's
know, but
amazing.
must be good. It's on PC and console too. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Brawlhalla is
Brawlhalla is a poor man's Smash Brothers.
free है यार. अब वो भी तो देखो.
ठीक है, very good.
South Park is also on mobile. Good.
Oh, South Park was
All
Ubisoft.
bros.
Yeah, seriously, we hope so too.
अरे speaking
Yeah.
of यार, we were
हाँ?
thinking इतना के इनका ये कुछ Nintendo के साथ दिखाएंगे, remember? ये इन्होंने they literally showed nothing.
कुछ नहीं दिखाया
Last
उन्होंने.
time you look at their IPs they showed यार, it was like क्या नाम था उसका, Mario.
Last year तो they had Dance also. They have to put Dance तभी वो Ubisoft conference होता है उसके बिना नहीं.
Hello friends, let's do the dance. You know, the head of Ubisoft will be like the main
Have you
character.
seen the head of Ubisoft? He doesn't blink.
Ah.
He is like an android from Detroit. He doesn't blink. His eyes stay open.
He's a sweet
And I
fellow.
thought now he'll blink. Now
Missing
he'll
your
blink.
gaming reviews. Kankicks with a C. Can.
कहाँ पे? Who?
Ace Shubham. Can.
Yes, he told me this on Instagram also. So Kankicks, please answer.
I'm missing.
Pancakes.
I'm also missing Splinter Cell. I really miss Splinter Cell. They really
I
need
think
to take.
people are just going to forget who Sam Fisher is and what Splinter Cell is by the time Ubisoft remembers.
And that is
what
sad
that
because
is.
Splinter Cell is actually very good. That's what it is.
What is this? Which game is
This
being
is
shown?
Rainbow Six Siege, I think. Yeah.
This actually looks nice.
They've
This is
done
one
a
of
very
the
good.
games they've done a very good job. Yeah.
Done a very good job, a turnaround for this game, and they are sporting it.
Yeah.
If I have to compare it, like Overwatch should get a sport like this. Like they are not getting the sport that is required. Rainbow Six Siege is they're adding operators, new operators. They're adding
Absolutely.
new stuff. They're having events, not just big events, mini events also for Rainbow Six. It's huge.
Yeah. And it was done so well. I really liked the entire presentation for the Rainbow Six part.
Presentation
this is one
presentation
of
for
the-
everything when Ubisoft presents everything very well. Ubisoft is known
Yeah.
for presentation.
throughout. Whether it is their web presence, how they'll even show you a patch of something or something as
But
small
they'll
as
do
that.
it in such a cool way. You say,
Yeah.
wow, oh my god,
Their
what did
menu
you know what
design,
they're showing
UI,
you?
game packaging, everything.
And
Always
their-
boxes.
and their trailers.
Oh, trailers तो
Oh my
उसको
god,
तो आप
they're the
छू नहीं
best.
सकते. Can't touch them on their trailers.
Coming
I
to
mean-
game boxes, yes, they still have good game boxes. They put a lot of
Great.
stuff in the game
Yeah.
boxes,
Yeah.
though they are not cheaping out on that.
No, they're
That's-
not. And even the front covers and all, they're very good.
But cheap out करेंगे क्यों? 6 तो versions होते हैं उनके, right up to gold, ultimate. Why would they cheap out?
That is there. That is there. Oh my god, it's crazy, man. Kya. See, this is something good. This is one of the positives of Ubisoft. It's not necessarily a positive of this event itself. It's more for the company of how they are supporting their games. They don't just throw them, abandon them, and then shift gears and look at something else or a shiny new toy.
Hello, MG.
They'll even if it's going.
Oh my,
आ
ad,
गया
ad, ad.
MG भाई Chinese है, हटाओ, बैन हो जाएगा चैनल हमारा. हाँ.
Okay.
In case you guys didn't know, MG Rover is Chinese, but originally a British brand. What was I talking about?
Not China.
सर जी आपने ऐड स्किप नहीं किया मैं भूल गया अभी
अब छोड़ो उस चीज को, वैसे भी जो
देखो।
है एंड
हाँ the way they support the game
just-
R6 को
जस्ट होल्ड ऑन,
हाँ
एस्टैब्लिश चैनल है गेम स्पॉट, उसका स्ट्रीम है, हाउ मेनी एड्स आर यू गोइंग टू पुट यार?
I know मैं वही सोच रहा हूँ
वही
ये
मैं
किसका-
चीज कर रहा
किसका
हूँ,
खिलाफ
फ्रीकिंग
है?
इट्स अ ऑफिशियल स्ट्रीम, तुम इतनी बड़ी कंपनी हो, कितना कमाओगे यार? और दिस इवेंट इज आल्सो नॉट योर्स जिसपे तुम इन कैश कर रहे हो, फ्रीकिंग।
नहीं बट इसमें दिस इज स्ट्रेंज, नीचे दिख भी नहीं रहे हैं। अच्छा वो जो सेक्शंस है, हाँ अर्लियर दे यूज्ड टू शो इट इन येलो, अभी वो येलो हटा दिया उन्होंने। येलो यूज्ड टू बी शोइंग रिप्रेजेंटिंग एन एड।
This is for what is the next game?
You this was the problem. This is probably Hyperscape.
Hyperscape. Apart from all
The cinematics for
Watch.
this was just wow.
Yeah, they
Till you
took
get to
them.
know it's a battle royale.
but ठीक है, even if it's a
Okay, it
battle
looks-
royale,
That's
but at
okay,
least
but
Yeah.
at least it's
See, they're trying to do
really
s-
beautifully done.
they're trying
Really
to do
beautifully
something
done.
different. It's
Yeah.
not just कि it's a BR, they have a lot of other
That's something
concepts
I'd like
that
to try,
ठीक है,
हाँ.
it feels more like a arena shooter. It has abilities, it has a lot of verticality, which
like
I
a hero
absolutely
shooter,
enjoy.
arena shooter.
Exactly.
But
And
वो तो
then
Apex था ना, वो भी sort of hero shooter BR है।
हाँ, but the point is कि verticality इतनी नहीं है जितनी इस game की है, and the abilities
हाँ.
that they have showcased, they are more. It's like Overwatch
I didn't
BR.
see that. That was so cute. Cow
You
with
didn't
VR
see it
on.
VR?
last
You didn't
time.
see
Oh
that?
my god, he's so
I never
cute.
noticed it last
नहीं
time.
नहीं,
Very
That-
cute.
that's an
Oh,
obvious
you
thing.
didn't see it last time.
That's the
main,
very first thing that you notice.
That's the highlight.
That's the highlight. So,
Come this.
हाँ.
and then it's not like you are. The only way to win is killing everybody. You have this crown also that you can hold on, and there are various zones.
Okay.
So they're having a different
Yeah.
take to it. They
Yeah,
have different
that's
ideas.
nice.
They have fresh ideas that they want to implement. So it's not like you have to kill everybody, and that's the only way that you win. And the
Agreed.
dynamics that they are going to introduce,
Yeah.
once we play, only then we are
cute.
going to realize ke, and the even the games that I've watched, they feel that they're short, so it's not like they're overstretched out PUBG missions जहाँ पे 1 hour 2 hours तुम सिर्फ
हाँ,
इधर-उधर
that's what
घूम
I
रहे हो.
noticed. The
Yeah.
action, but then again, na, what we are looking at is very highly curated
No, but
gameplay.
I checked out the streamers who are streaming the beta versions, right? The beta game.
Acha.
I've seen their games and all. The matches seem to be well paced and short. So it's
Acha.
not like you're spending
nice.
hours to hours like in PUBG. बस सिर्फ इधर
Yeah.
से point A से point B जा रहे हो, and the
And then
matches are
one shot and
stretched
you're
out.
gone.
Exactly. You feel bad when you spend 1
Yeah.
hour in a match and then you ultimately die. So if the
Agreed.
matches are small, concise, it will always feel good.
It'll be much more fun. That's what I was wondering. I've actually downloaded the beta, but I'm yet to play it. मैंने बस उसका वो there was some intro tutorial sort of a thing where I was, and then I had to quit yesterday. But I'll definitely want to check it out. It looks interesting. It's probably one of the. Let's see how if it holds interest, because BR is something. Oh Sarji, help the residents of Dharvi. आ गया वहाँ पे. ये देखो, ये लोग सोचेंगे हम स्कैम चला रहे हैं और पैसे हमारे पास आ रहे हैं. Hey Shubham, sorry, Kankicks for the C. Kankicks, it's okay बोलो.
अरे.
अच्छे बच्चे की.
अरे, I was just pointing out. It's okay, cool, chill.
हाँ.
You'll have to
RTX
give me a
Elon Musk.
minute. I need to charge my laptop. It's about to die.
Oh
Just
my
give me a
god.
minute.
ठीक है ठीक है. Get the charger. To the charger. और क्या बचा हाइपरस्केप के बाद? बेसिकली यही तो था. Watchdog Legion, हाइपरस्केप, AC Valhalla.
So they had 3-4 things that they stretched out. That's what
हाँ.
the main thing was, that
4 भी नहीं था यार. I mean, it was basically just 3 if you look at it. Their actual IPs were
Major-
FC6, Far Cry 6 तो था नहीं.
नहीं, बट मेजर कवरेज भी किस चीज़ों को दी? उन्होंने सिर्फ मेजर कवरेज 3 गेम्स को मिली है.
हाँ,
That
वही
is
कह रहा हूँ.
your Watch Dogs, your Hyperscape, and your this game
Assassin's
AC.
Creed Valhalla.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing that got extended gameplay trailers and reveals and other things. Even Far Cry
Correct.
6 का कुछ नहीं था.
नहीं था.
It's like a upgrade to your Elder Scrolls 6 का logo. चलो
Yeah,
उन्होंने logo के
exactly.
अलावा भी कुछ और दिखाया, but
Yeah.
they didn't show anything. At least कुछ तो. I wanted to check out the structure. Like Far Cry 6, was the structure going to be like? It's going to be different than what they've been doing for such a long time. Are they going to
I
shake up the
honestly-
formula?
I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't think so. with the amount of stuff they've been showing, which is barely there. I mean, they'll probably just stick to what works. They'll
This
just show this. It'll be the same FC like before. That's the thing about Far Cry also. No? I mean, even though they are such diverse characters, such diverse stories, they still seem the same.
ah,
You know, they just seem exactly the same.
this
आपका
thing, when
ये क्या था?
they were talking about the
networking.
mechanics of Hyperscape and the character design. That was interesting. The character designs, how they're focusing on the character design, that was interesting. There was this girl who talks about the character design.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how they're making it unique. Like everybody can, you can figure out that this hero looks this way. And you can easily, the read of the game needs to be high.
Read of the game needs to be high, which is good. That means they're focusing on the right stuff.
Exactly.
It's like Overwatch suddenly became a BR, I guess, you know, because those are similar characteristic traits to
And
that.
the girl that was talking about character design, she was so passionate. It was refreshing to see. She was talking about what is the thought process that went into it, and how does the thought process work. So that was interesting. It was refreshing to hear someone who was not giving a corporate speech but talking from the heart. So that was nice.
Or just being pretentious about it.
हाँ, देखो
That is the thing.
ये हमारा स्टूडियो है, इतने सारे लोग बैठ के यहाँ काम करते हैं. या EA का जैसे वो
Oh my
अपना
god, that
That
woke
was
wala.
too much.
नहीं,
Oh
that woke
God.
वाला, that वो छोड़ो. When this अपना EA का हीरो जो है वो च्युइंगम खाते ऑफिस में आता है स्टूडियो में. I bet, but on second thought, I can bet you everyday studio ऐसे ही आता होगा. वो तो it's like कि मैं अपने ना पैलेस में जा रहा हूँ, ये मेरी प्रजा है.
Exactly. And even EA won't have the guts to say anything to that guy.
Oh my God.
अरे मसीह रही कि पागल बंदा है, कहीं बाहर जाके कोई आग लगा देगा बिल्डिंग को. We don't know.
I know, seriously.
They can't put anything past.
Oh my god. So this was also, I like कि like unlike EA, इन्होंने अपनी corporate speech बहुत कम रखी. So they'll pop up for a second and they'll go away. Now this
Oh,
was
here he is, how sweet.
The box.
this was
So
talking
cute.
about smart delivery. So Phil Spencer was talking about that Ubisoft is going to focus on smart delivery. They're going to support smart delivery. So people that do not know what
cherries.
smart delivery है क्या, for people that, if should I elaborate on it what smart delivery is?
Yes, please.
So smart delivery क्या है कि smart delivery is this Xbox program where you're going to have, for example, games of this generation like AC Valhalla and Cyberpunk, which are going to play once the upgraded versions are available for free. You would be able to play that version on Xbox Series X.
Wow.
And it's up to the developers whether they want to support that program or not. So CD Projekt Red, they said that Cyberpunk will support it. Ubisoft said that all their games are going to support it. So if there's a better version available for Xbox Series X, they're not going to charge for a remastered version, or you're going to pay this and get this for Xbox Series X. Your existing copy will be upgraded to the Series X remastered, or whatever upgrades or conveniences that Xbox Series X will get for that particular game. So Ubisoft has, it was nice to see that Ubisoft has come up and said कि आप Watch Dogs खरीदो या AC Valhalla खरीदो या कोई भी game खरीदोगे, the upgraded version will be available to you on Xbox Series X through smart delivery free of cost. So that's what
amazing.
PlayStation 5 पे तो शुरू होते ही वो कह रहे हैं कि भाई आपको GTA 5 दोबारा खरीदनी पड़ेगी.
I know, that is so bad. That's
Oh man, and I was like, shit, what? GTA 6?
Ayush says
Man, this I loved. This I loved. I mean,
I
these guys
loved
got to
this.
do all this stuff just to make the game. ये तो
No,
भाई कौन
but-
join नहीं करेगा ये studio बताओ.
But
So
honestly,
that just hold on that
Yeah.
thought. अब तुमने क्या बोला? Just repeat it again.
कौन join नहीं करेगा studio? I don't care if I'm getting crunch time. Look at what
So
they're letting
just
you do,
imagine
man.
कि इनका PR work कर रहा है. It's
Hey, but
again
the
a part of
point,
PR.
यार, point is this now. The thing is crunch. चलो, I agree there is crunch and all that, but we keep discussing this ourselves. We see it as if you look at it as an Indian audience, you compare work culture here and you compare it there, zameen asmaan ka difference hota hai. You're working in some of the best studios ever on the best IPs. I mean, it's fine. There is always crunch. Being in the industry, I've seen it. People have said it. there are ramp ups, ramp downs. There is always a middle crunch that happens. It's just part of the whole thing. You know, it's there. But the thing is, you're working on such brilliant stuff and everything. में क्या problem है? You should be happy you even have a job.
नहीं वो बात वो नहीं होती. We have to look. Now we have to change our perspective on this. चाहे हम Indians हो, चाहे Americans हो, or anybody out there. What happens is because we have to push that project as fast as possible to meet a particular deadline or a release date. I feel I'm okay with delays for games as long as the people working on it mentally are happy, they want to work on it, and you'll get a better game also, a less buggy game also. So I feel the companies, because they've blown out their budgets and they have to meet that deadline and push as many games as they can in that particular year, so people ultimately they feel that crunch. फिर से ad
EVE Online का ad है.
And I feel that we have to change our perspective for any industry, not just gaming industry. People should have a good, healthy life balance. So they have to have a work-life balance.
Although that's a utopian thought. How far that goes, we don't know, because as far as you look at you're talking about Indian or foreign. You look at the Indian work culture, it's crap. I mean, just like the other day, you were talking about people who are literally running their companies at full capacity in small paces during the whole COVID crisis, when it is common sense where it should be 50%. IT companies where and design companies where you can remote work. So if basics like that are not being catered for, then तो ये तो happy work culture तो दूर की बात है. So the thing is, we need to see that.
So Ayush says, Ayush ne RTX Cliff. Wait a minute. I own a GTA 5 disc. Can I not use it and play it on PS5 using backwards compatibility? See, we don't even know backwards compatibility is going to be there for PlayStation 5. There have not been any announcement that it's going to be backwards compatible. It's just rumors. Sony has not come out and officially announced that it's going to be backwards compatible, and I don't think so. It's going to be.
They haven't really said to what degree. They're a bit iffy about it. They have said it has it, but they haven't really said it's specific to certain games. I think it's not like a done deal.
They will start with small section of games, PlayStation 4 games, and then they'll see about it. They have not said that all the PlayStation 4 games are going to be from day one ready for PlayStation 5, and PS3 games and PS2 games, they have not even touched on those games. I don't think so they'll be available on PlayStation 5.
There was something that up to PlayStation 1 they're planning to have some backwards, but
it's
again,
rumors. When Sony has not announced it, if in case they would have something like this in plan, they would have announced it. सीना चौड़ा करके बोलते जैसे Xbox ने बोला था, backwards compatible games आ रही हैं. These are the games that you can play right now, and these are the games that will be coming up. So that's
RTX Smokedship, you should not disrespect Indian work culture. It's not about disrespecting, it's about not being in denial.
He's just trying to bait. It's Jehuti. Right? Jehuti ka kaam hi yahi hai.
So yeah, so let's not get into that.
Again, I said that anywhere in the world globally, US, America or anything, I did not point out to a particular country. I said that globally the work culture needs to be healthy. And India में भी problems हैं work culture में. I've worked in the IT sector, I know, and advertising sector, I know the crunch. रात के 3-3 बजे तक लोग बैठ के काम करते हैं, कई बार 2-2 दिन लगातार 2-2 दिन लगातार काम करते हैं, and they are not paid overtime.
And बच्चों, जब आप वहाँ उस टाइप पे पहुँचोगे ना, अभी स्कूल कॉलेज में हो, first reach a company, own a company, work in a company, then you'll know what we're talking about. ठीक है?
And it's only when you know you can do things to rectify it. If you're in denial about it, then you won't be able to. Okay, coming back to Valhalla. So what I wanted
Valhalla has come. Psycho can now start. Psycho's been waiting.
So first thing is, when that guy was talking, I was like, oh, someone else. But like Kamar pointed out, it's actually very genuine the way they've been speaking and what they've been talking basically. And like Smokey was saying, they get to do a lot of stuff. I liked that part so much that they actually rode on the boat themselves all the way from Norway to England to see the geographical contrast, to understand it, how the Vikings would have seen it in that time, and they said, we want the gamers to have the same feeling of awe like we did. So I was like, look at all this that goes into gaming. People just have such a narrow mind, worldview of it thanks to PUBG. but there is so much more that goes into it. And AC, for that sense, I think gives you so much historical knowledge also. It's not only the game, but the knowledge you get with it, like the stream which I did for Alexandria, and you guys did join in for that. But that is something which I am really looking forward to it. The world building, the way they put that culture into it, the cultural understanding of that time, of that particular period, 9th century. I think this would be 9th century England. So that is really amazing. And him talking and describing was beautifully done.
Agreed.
Once
What-
silent.
See, AC, I feel they are fantastic when it comes to world building, what they create. The problem
Atmosphere.
is the formula is now the same. Repeated quests, rinse, repeat
Yeah.
quests, fetch quests, and they're going to pump it up with so much of fluff that it
Yeah.
feels like that this you feel bored after a certain time.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It feels like you're doing the same
It's a
stuff
chore.
over and over. Yes, and
You got
that's
to push through it.
and now they're saying they have this habit of bringing bigger worlds, and they have this
Oh, no.
commitment of making the worlds bigger, make the world smaller, concise,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
concentrate
Memorable.
but create a concentrated experience. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Which anybody, if he wants to play this game, he should not feel that it's getting grindy or it's tiring, and he should and there's so much they can do with it. It's not like they lack innovation or they lack the talent. Seriously, they can do a lot of stuff with it. The only point is because they are focusing on creating this huge worlds and they are on a crunch time, they have to finish this game and send it out at a particular date.
They
That's
they
why.
are doing what from so far from what we've seen. They are doing something like, for example, you'll have your base which is expanding according to
can
what they've
expand
said.
it. Yeah.
Will
That's
basically be
something
getting
different
new
it is.
territories in a sort of a free roam thing. अब ये भी देखो ना, you cannot go that different where the traditional AC fans would get cheesed off. That also becomes up. फिर वो Last of Us 2 वाला काम हो जाएगा जहाँ पे you literally went
नहीं,
so
but-
left field.
But you've already
That you left
changed.
everything.
You've already changed so much. You've changed the combat. You've changed everything. Now you just need to refine it because combat abhi bhi
हाँ,
na, there's a little-
refinement. You're right. Refinement is something which Ubisoft, especially when it comes to AC, and this is not there in Division and all. Division is very refined. The gunplay and all is great. It is basically AC क्योंकि इनका the problem that they always have is there that contextual control basis where basically you're doing free running. You come near a window, your controls will change. You come near an item, it will change. You come into combat, they'll change. So even a small little collision point here and there can make a zameen asman ka difference. Like Psycho, I remember telling me she was in stealth mode or something, and what
my
you tried
God.
you tried to lure him, then he jumped up and shouted or something.
Oh my god, I don't know what. I think he threw a smoke bomb. I think he threw something where everybody got to know and he killed me and had to do all that again. This is AC Origins I'm talking about. That was the Senu one.
That is a problem they've had since AC1.
That was very
They
irritating.
need to. Some guys were talking about like AC doesn't look like next gen at all. The thing is, guys, AC, whenever we had these transition ACs which have come towards the end, they've never really looked next gen, current gen. They've always looked like that funny middle ground. AC has always been a very gradual evolution of graphics and all that. But all that said, it's not like they are ugly games. AC games are. There's one thing Ubisoft does.
अब
All of us can agree that
अब यहीं पे
it's a beauty.
this thing यहाँ पे ही, when they're showing it and this is a gameplay that they have tuned to show it, यहाँ पे ही there's
Yeah.
like so much of floatiness into it. Like ये देखो, the hit boxes they feel off. It's just it has to refine the combat to a point where it feels really good. It's not एक jank रहता है. Problem वो होती है with every AC game ना there's this jank and you just feel that it could have been so much better if they would have done this. And when it comes to the world also, what they do is to expand on the world, they'll take that particular tile set and they're going to copy it again and
Repeat
over and
it,
over, repeat it
change
over
the
and over
texture
again.
here and there.
And it the same hota is just you just feel
That is
fatigue
really deceiving, yes.
yeah, if the fatigue sets in. So
Yeah.
if you compare it like Cyberpunk 2077 when they were showcasing their stuff, like it was so dense. Everything
Yeah.
that a person was walking through had so much personality and so much of density to it. That's what
But
missing in the.
you look at different development times now. I'm not saying that is right or wrong. I'm just saying that Cyberpunk has been made over a span of probably 2 or 3 AC games. So they have that way of they can do that. Ab AC ka, and plus they're a studio wired very differently. They're their own bosses. CD Projekt Red. Whereas Ubisoft ka kya hai now, I agree completely what you're saying. That they should go for things like smooth combat controls and everything rather than just sheer scale of the map. But when you look at something, and having dealt with this myself, and I bet you also dealt with it, when you're dealing with the marketing lot who are basically looking कि भाई इसको हमने बेचना कैसे है, हमने बॉक्स के पीछे क्या लिखना है, हमने वो बड़े बड़े स्प्लैश स्क्रीन्स में क्या लिखना है. If they write smooth, great combat, it's not going to make as much of an impact to a gamer, honestly. As writing something like 3 times as big as the largest Assassin's Creed world ever created, it'll just get more eyeballs. Whether they're noobs, whether whoever it is, paisa vasool wal ka jo hai, they will be more interested in that rather than being interested in the combat flow. It's similar to 60 FPS versus high density textures. High density textures are easier to show on the screen even if it is a screenshot, whereas 60 FPS is something you literally have to be there live to experience it. So that translation happens between marketing and the sales, and as bad as it may sound, the problem is those are the forces that mostly govern these products. And that's why I think they shouldn't, or they shouldn't try and nail both things and try and maybe delay the game by a little bit. Honestly, they could have just delayed it further rather than having this weird middle ground ke Xbox.
Exactly. Next year with a better tuning, they could have released it on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X.
And now basically what are they saying now? If the guys who are saying that this looks like a current gen game and all, it's because it is.
It is a current.
If they are saying कि current gen पे भी आएगा, उसका मतलब इसके लिए ही बना है. वो that is a icing on the cake कि चलो उन पे चल जाएगा, and you'll honestly I doubt you'll be able to make out any difference apart from things like maybe PS5 solid state drive making things load faster. Apart from that, I really doubt you're going to see that big of a difference in the two
They have
versions.
said that it's going to be 30 FPS on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X also. They are not even hitting 60 FPS. So they are not going to be optimizing it for... So if in case you are having a this generation game with a lesser fidelity, you can hit for 60 FPS. They are not going to even bother upgrading it to 60 FPS. So that's what the point is.
I guess they didn't have any IPs also. If you just look at the conference itself, there's literally nothing there. It's an empty shop. So they needed something to come out at some point of time, and they must have said कि यार इसको बस निकालो, बाद में patch वगैरह देख लेंगे हम, but just let's get this out there. That's probably what it is.
Because they had to also showcase something, na.
And if you look at the Indian market, we always talk about this, discuss sales, and in India, Ubisoft does well, man. They thrive.
But there's so much पैसा वसूल you get,
The point is कि अब competition देखो तुम्हारा. If in case you're going to go against Cyberpunk, you have to have a better offering, right? अब ये भी देखो कि अब vacuum में नहीं निकल रही ये game जो है. Now you have tough competition. You have a game like Cyberpunk.
क्या है? December?
नहीं December नहीं है. It's coming out in October or November. December नहीं है. It's October or November before.
And I'm already waiting. Because I was so disappointed, PS5, they didn't even talk about God of War, the next one, and at least Valhalla is Norse as well, so...
And knowing Ubisoft, it will be very dense in terms of mythology and everything.
That is what, they do that beautifully. I mean, so many times in history we've used what we've learned from Assassin's Creed.
That is something we need to also address, because those are things we sometimes tend to look over, overlook. Okay, we look at the graphics, we look at the gameplay, but lore development, writing, research, and all that is also a lot of effort that goes in for such a tight turnaround period for a game of this size, where they have to try and get things right as accurate as possible.
Like I was saying, they actually went there, they felt down to the feelings of how it would feel, for a gamer, and wanting them to get the same thing.
That we'll see when the game comes out.
I know it'll be amazing. No, I know it'll be awesome.
Look at Psycho. Psycho is already
I'm already a fan. Just look at it. It's awesome. When I heard the name only Valhalla, I said, wow, this is going to be so cool. Except for this giant wolf over here. Oh my god.
No, the combat looks janky. And the thing about AC games is, you cannot play them on the scale at which they release. I mean, you'll get burnt out.
That's what it
Too
is now.
much, I
Odyssey has
know,
so
Yeah.
much. It's so much of grind just to
Yeah.
get through the game. And the point is, your 10 hours, 15 hours of story, you have stretched it out to 50 hours, and you
Yeah.
are making me grind through fetch quests to even get to the end. I
For
will lose
bland
interest.
looking NPCs. Yeah.
I'll lose interest. And क्यों यार, मेरे पास और भी games हैं, मेरे पास और भी चीजें करने को हैं. I cannot
अरे.
keep up with it. Honestly,
Pancakes is a
Kamar's
big
a
man.
busy person, yes.
Phil
He's
Spencer
like,
के
so
साथ.
what if I spend so much on a
Yoshida के
game? I
साथ.
don't
हाँ.
care. I
मेरे
have
लिए तो
other
क्या
games to
है?
play, okay?
चिल्टा
अरे पहले मैंने first time, so point देखो, I've paid to grind in a game. Can you understand? मेरे लिए
एक
कितना
second.
dejecting होगा.
Anshul is saying, isn't stealth a very anti-Viking thing? Psycho?
No, not really.
They address that in this. They address
That, you know, people think Vikings were really dumb, but they weren't. They were actually intelligent. They used their mind a lot. And that's what they're trying to show in this game. Because he said everyone sees Vikings in this way, that they're barbarians and they would just kill people, they would slaughter children also. But they weren't. They were not barbarians at all. They were doing it for the good of their community only. And they had equality. They had equality of women. They had women warriors. I mean, you know about Lagatha, you know about all these people. So stealth was a part because they were excellent warriors. Now, to be an excellent warrior, you need to use your mind also. It's not always brute force. It also, you know, you also have to use stealth. And stealth is the main Assassin's Creed thing. I mean, they have the hidden blade, so...
Which they have forgotten
So
for
that
the
is
past
some-
two series. They've lost the emphasis on that. So that's there.
Chalo, that doesn't matter so much. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
कितना
not a
करें?
They
purist.
are
I'm not at all a
venturing
purist. कि
हाँ.
मेरे को यही चीज चाहिए. In fact,
Exactly.
there are things that I really liked about this game. You could wield two axes and you can throw two axes, things like
Yeah.
that. They've
I
done.
know they had
Just
their
look
dual
at him,
wielding-
man.
dual
बंदे को
wielding,
देखो.
sorry.
हाँ.
I know.
Imagine
If
that
you-
guy charging into a castle.
And I like if in case you're giving me the flexibility that you can have two shields if you want, and you can just use two shields. So that's nice.
Achha.
So it depends.
that was
So
cool.
those things, I like variety in gameplay when you give me options that I can play like this and I can play like this and I can play like this. So I like those things that they are at least pushing for diversity, that this is not the only way that you can play this game. So I'm a big believer in player options. I like it. When the game says that this is the world, these are your tools, do what you want to do, however you want to do it. That's
I also like this one
That's
part where you're going to
speaking-
see. She's holding a big cat over here. Look, that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Yeah,
I
just go back to Kankicks if
कोई
you
बात
can.
नहीं, कोई बात
Okay,
नहीं.
never
It
mind.
might
Never
just
mind.
lag.
Yeah. But
नहीं, so,
anyway,
नहीं इधर लो. यही था, यहाँ पे था.
हाँ यहाँ पे. Wait, just see. There you are. Just see this
Oh my
big,
goodness.
big cat.
Viking
I mean,
cat.
what a giant cute
He's a
cat.
white cat. White cat.
Yeah,
एक
he
नीचे
must
भी
be a
बैठा हुआ है.
Viking cat because
Right next
everything.
to Kankicks का जो mouse pointer है उसके नीचे एक बैठा हुआ है मेरे ख्याल से.
Like, yeah, like Anshul, for when you were talking about what you call their stealth and all, if you played Senua Sacrifice, that's also all Norse mythology. So you'll
Yeah.
see over there as well what it used to be.
Yeah, that is there. Makes sense.
Yeah,
What was I saying? I forgot.
I'm sorry.
So
the cat.
So
Good. अरे, you speaking about two shields. यार उन्होंने imagine if Captain America had two shields.
Oh my
मैंने
god.
एक क्यों नहीं सोचा? एक फेंकेगा, he throws the other. He doesn't have to wait for the first one to come back.
Seriously. There'll just be frisbees flying all over. That would be so cool. They should have that in the game, na? That option in the game. The new Avengers game that's coming. The environment over here is so beautiful. Have you seen?
hey, Ubisoft, and when it comes to AC, the environments from pure visual perspective, they look good. They
They look
always
good,
look
yeah.
good.
Always.
Like
Be it
From
Division, I
AC1,
remember
yeah.
it was just wow. The environment. I remember in Division we always stopped at this coffee shop. Oh my goodness, I remember coffee shop.
हाँ, common coffee.
Common coffee. We just loved it. We would imagine to sit there and all.
Like this
I
one,
don't think the second one had.
this thing, it would be so cool to do things like this. So those are few things that, like these axes, throwing these axes, that is so fun. Not this one, just
Yeah.
right after that. Look at this. Yeah. It just feels so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing that, just looking at it feels so good.
Yeah.
That was something nice. At least they are trying different things, you know. It's not the same
Okay,
thing.
the point is that the
See,
whole
two
point
shields
of
over here.
Assassin,
Yeah,
Over
that
here,
looks
right next to it.
yeah,
After that,
the their
after
whole
that,
point
after the
point
decapitation.
was that Assassin's Creed was basically going through the ages, right from the Egyptian time to present to then future, of how they basically influenced different powers and all different people and all in powers and shaped the society to move a certain way. So that could have been done in any way. I mean, this was during a time when there were wars going on, and then some of those people who went through in these battles and all may have done or uh, shaped certain battles in a certain way with stealth. So it doesn't mean that person is incapable of fighting normally. So that is silly
Yeah.
to say कि भाई ये इसमें stealth नहीं है उसमें नहीं है. That is it's I think that's fine, and it's a silly hill to die on कि भाई this is hidden blade use नहीं किया and all that. I don't really care. I mean, it's
the point is simple. It burns down to the simple question: like, will you be buying this day one
exactly
and playing it?
exactly
That's
exactly.
what the point is.
There are
And-
very few games like that now, I think.
No, you're not included, Psycho. You'll do that, but you're not included.
Take
General.
my money now only. No, I know some people who do, who are as stoked as me.
No, just
Uh-huh.
no. But अब ये देखो ना कि what other games are coming up. That's there. You have Ghost of Tsushima that is right, which we have to find time to play. There are other games like Cyberpunk coming up, and then you have Watch Dogs, which looks interesting, much more interesting than AC Valhalla. So वो वाली चीज होती है. हाँ.
That's more of a choice of.
That's a personal thing, right?
It's more of a personal thing. Like it's more of science fiction versus if you're looking at mythos. So
History and
I wouldn't call it anything else because in terms of clunkiness, I can bet you that Watch Dogs Legions would probably be as clunky. Ubisoft hasn't nailed that.
But the concept looks
वो तो
interesting in
उसके
terms of
जैसे-
having various different operators that you
वही
can pick up.
that is again a personal thing ना वो personal चीज में आ जाती है. So I can say that I love Breakpoint. People would hate it, but I would love that the military shooter of in the setting that it's set. So that way Ubisoft has you covered. They've
Acha,
got all these
tell me,
different flavors and all.
tell me one thing. Which was the last AC game that you completed?
I haven't played AC since a long time.
And
Yeah.
why did you? Why is it?
I have the last AC I played was this one, which I didn't complete. The one in England. What was it with the
Oh,
brother? and
Syndicate.
sister?
Syndicate.
Syndicate, yeah, with
Yes, Syndicate
Psycho
is the
Platinum.
only AC that I've also completed in a long time.
I haven't
After
even-
that,
So
I have
much
not
fun.
completed
It
Origins.
was the most fun AC I have ever
It
played.
wasn't necessarily because I didn't want to complete it. That was because so many other games came in. Look
Exactly,
at
that's
Witcher.
what- That's exactly my point. That's
Yeah.
what my point is. That
Yeah.
now, because we have other games, you will always gravitate towards a game that is more interesting. That's
I
what the
remember
point
it
is.
had such a terrible bug. Oh my god.
Oh
I
yes.
was doing this completionist thing.
Uh,
And I had finished everything. It was just one thing I had to remove. I don't even remember how long ago. And this bug came, and it suddenly I checked online, and they said we had the same bug. You have to do everything again. I was so angry. I just quit it and never opened it after that. That was really, really annoying.
that is there. See, the thing is, earlier the Assassin's Creed games and all we played, the amount of games coming out was lesser then. So we had the time to finish it. I won't necessarily
And-
say that they were much better or anything. The only thing is they were very different from what we had. Now it's become so dense.
I'll put what you have said in context. AC felt fresh. Now it does not.
It felt fresh because it was the first thing out, na. ऐसा तो कुछ था ही नहीं.
Now, if you're going to have the same
That
a game
mechanic-
AC coming every year, no matter how good it is, a person will feel fatigued.
But has it been every year, Ravi?
Beach mein,
Last year
it has
नहीं
been
था.
every year. The only gaps that
Isn't
they've
it
given
every
is
alternate?
the only gaps that they have no, it's been every year. The only gaps that they have given is between Syndicate and Origins, and then between Odyssey and this game, the 1 year
Yeah.
gap. So that's the only gaps that they've given. If you look back, AC has been a yearly release, just like COD, for past 10 years or so. Release after release. Till Syndicate, it has been yearly. After Syndicate, because the game crashed and burned so hard, which was unfair because the game was actually good, but people were like, this is the same thing. So they changed up the formula, shaked it up, and came out with Origins.
They brought out Origins,
Then after Origins, Odyssey, just right, the next year Odyssey came up, then they gave a break again, and then they have Valhalla that's coming up.
So there has been a slight break. I mean, it's not like there hasn't.
So, like, what were you saying? You were saying that they could have waited for next year and released it on the next generation.
Yeah, the
console.
point is that now that it's easy for us to say it, but they didn't exactly have anything to show this year. उनके पास कुछ भी नहीं था. So AC is probably their only mainstay now, because I don't think apart from Far Cry is one of their long in the tooth development games. I don't think they have any great single player options anymore. Most of their stuff is all, I think 90% is all shared world. AC is the only thing I think which has survived that.
Ace Shubham, no, I'm not looking for a meme. Even though my phone is going to crash because of too many memes. And I did like Syndicate more than Origins also.
It's more relatable.
1 minute.
So,
there is TCG who says, I have played Witcher 3. Can I say I have played Valhalla? No.
No, you can't.
You can't say
very, very different. Very, very different.
Coming to, if you think about it, now if I look back, it does look similar. When you look at it, the things when the vistas and all there's, if in case you see Witcher and this
because of the geographic location of
open environments and all like this, like you if you check out these, so it
Poland.
does look close to Witcher, so side by side it will look something like Witcher only.
See, Witcher is a Polish game. It is set in that area. This is very similar to that. So yes, of course, geographically, if you're talking, so there is that mixture of you're looking at England and Eastern Europe, so it's a very similar area, and naturally it'll have very similar architecture since they are invading Europe.
RTX. Anyone wants Prince of Persia back? Yes, that would be so cool.
I doubt they'll ever get that back.
I doubt, because how will it fit in? You know, how will it fit in? AC was supposed to be Prince of Persia. If anyone, I'm not sure if you guys know.
What?
AC, when Assassin's Creed 1 was coming out, that was supposed to be a Prince of Persia reboot, which is where they got all the mechanics, stealth, and the free running parkour mechanics and all from. Then they suddenly realized that we can actually have something different instead of rebooting the same, because by then I think it was Twin Swords or Twin Thrones or something which had come. The two thrones which didn't do all that well. And then they tried the AC reboot after the Prince of Persia reboot, which was that cell shaded stylized thing, which was like, it got I think a lukewarm response.
It didn't well at all.
It was neither here nor there. It was just weird, and it was too soon for it. The trailer was beautiful. So AC was basically Prince of Persia.
Just hold on.
Oh my god, that's
Please in the chat refrain from talking about piracy or how to pirate games. It would be appreciated, please. We will appreciate it if we don't talk about cracks and all, right? And I would request to delete those messages if you can.
Who was speaking about pirating? Ayush?
What?
Okay.
Guys, this is something we very strictly don't allow on the channel.
Guys, I think so. We have discussed. My light has gone. Right?
Oh shit.
So I think so the net UPS in another 10-15 minutes is going to go away.
We can wrap it up.
We have covered everything.
Anyway.
Yeah, we have covered everything.
It's done. We've covered
CEO
everything.
without blinking will be coming right now.
Yeah.
It'll start screaming. So guys, this was basically what we thought about Ubisoft. There was nothing really to talk about, honestly. AC everyone knew is coming out. Far Cry was AC is like, agar na bhi dalte, we would have been fine, because it's literally out in the next couple of months. Far Cry 3, we were like, chalo, this is probably only going to be there. They didn't surprise us in any way. There was no Nintendo collaboration, which we thought could have been really nice. There was literally no other fresh IP. Watch Dogs has been in development. So it was more of just a normal conference talking more about their current games and how they're supporting them rather than anything else, honestly.
Yeah, and to end it off, I think so whatever said and done, Far Cry 6, what they showed from a cinematic perspective, from a storytelling perspective, it looked very good. I was impressed by what they showed with Far Cry 6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just look at this trailer. It was
Trailer
so
was fantastic.
beautiful.
It's
And to
one of
end it with
those.
something
Yeah.
like this, I honestly found the ending of this much better than the ending of PlayStation 5. Horizon really had me
See,
disappointed. Look,
Far Cry series always hangs on the pull of the
Villain.
villain. So
Yeah.
the villain
Yeah.
needs to be super strong.
Yeah.
And the thing is, ke, whatever said and done, if they treat it well, then this villain is quite compelling. He looked good.
He's what's
he's
his name
awesome.
here? I don't know
He's
if
a
I can
Breaking
pronounce
Bad
his name.
guy.
Yeah, he's been Breaking Bad. He's in which was the Mandalorian. He's a very
Yeah.
highly accomplished actor, and he's just brilliant. I mean, when it
He
comes
just puts
to
What I
life
meant
into
from
whatever.
what I meant, it's not about the.
but
It's
I understand what
yeah.
you meant, but the thing is
How
that just complements whatever
it
character
complements.
they've drawn
Obviously,
up
it
for him.
complements.
Yeah,
But the script, the story, the motivation needs to be strong.
needs to
So
be very strong.
Ubisoft, if they're using it, using such a accomplished actor, they should do
Yeah.
justice to it. That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
they might. They generally do. Far Cry is something they generally treat pretty well. Let's just hope for the best, though.
Yeah.
Psycho, any thoughts?
I just don't have any expectations anymore when it comes to any gaming events. I think that's the best way to go, unfortunately. Let's hope in the future it will be different. But for what they showed cinematically, I think that was nice. It was a hodgepodge of an event, yes. But cinematically, what they showed, that was good.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say. And for me, when it ended, it gave me a better feeling than the PS5 event, honestly.
Okay.
Because this was so beautifully done in the end.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Kankicks?
Two-line thoughts?
Two-line thoughts were, to me, it was a disappointment mainly because it was so short. I loved the Far Cry 6 trailer, but honestly, my disappointment was of it ending at the trailer because I thought there would be something more after that. It's similar to how I felt in PlayStation, where I was like, okay, they're going to show Horizon, but what else are they going to show? And you know, when it just ended on that, it was just that those expectations which I had, they didn't really blow past them. And this, it was just, there was literally nothing there apart from it just being a regular conference about talking about how they're supporting current games.
For
Next,
me,
of course, we've
for,
got
for me,
yeah.
only Watch Dogs and Hyperscape were the only two games that were interesting. That kind of tingled me in somewhere. It made me interested. Apart from that, I found that everything else what they showcased was lackluster for me personally. Right. So let's just end it over here. Right.
Next, what have we got? We've got Microsoft coming up. Let's see what they do. Honestly, after Ubisoft, which I was actually expecting something from after the EA disaster, I thought maybe these guys would come with something with the IPs they have, but that was pretty.
Don't
It was
expect
pretty
anything.
bad.
2020 tagline.
Let's see what Microsoft does.
I'm
And then there's Nintendo Treehouse also, I think, sometime 20th, 21st.
yeah, we
something
can
like that.
discuss those details separately because
Yeah, yeah.
the light has gone, and if
Oh,
the
shit.
stream, if the net goes, then the stream will
Then the
vanish.
stream is gone.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just call it a day, guys.
So this was
Thank you so
great.
much
Thank
for
you so
hanging
much
out
for
with
joining.
us.
Thank you
I'm
so much.
Smokedship.
I'm Kankicks.
And I was Psycho. Take care.
Thank you so
Next
much.
up, signing off. See you
Thank
guys.
See you.